Thank you, Havoc Reigns, for telling me about this. Minneapolis mayor says ICE off. Yeah, ICE shot a fucking woman in the face. What the fuck? I'm not calling this a fucking immigration crackdown. That's not what this is. Do you think that our president is so close to Netanyahu, who just happened to be here during our fucking assault, our unconstitutional, illegal attack against Venezuela? That Netanyahu just happened to be in town, war criminal himself. Yeah, how about that? You think that our goals as Americans, our imperialistic goals and dreams and wants are that far away from Israel's? Why do you think we're getting rid of our brown people? Why? Now that you can see it in that context. Because that's what the fuck this is. Minneapolis mayor says ICE officers' killing of a motorist was reckless and was not self-defense. It's from the AP. In Immigration and Customs Enforcement, douchebag Gestapo asshole Schnatzy shot and killed a Minneapolis motorist on Wednesday during the Trump administration's latest, I'm not going to call that, disappearing, kidnapping, and ethnic cleansing in progress in America. A shooting that federal officers claimed was an act of self-defense, but that the city's mayor described as reckless and unnecessary. The shooting happened in a residential neighborhood south of downtown Minneapolis, just a few blocks from some of the oldest immigrant markets in the area, and a mile from where George Floyd was killed by police in 2020. Ice Barbie said that it was an act of domestic terrorism, in fact, carried out against ICE by a woman who attempted to run them over and ram them with their vehicle. This is interesting because this is exactly what they said in Chicago when they shot Miramar Martinez 5 times. Well, she was in her vehicle. They claimed she tried to ram them and that she was aiming an assault rifle. But that changed. Then the next report said, no, but she did try to ram them. And then when they went to court and the judge and everybody else saw the video and that was just so not true, they lied. They just lied. They fucking lied to cover up their behavior because they have these people working for them now who can't write, they can't read, they can't do a push-up. They don't know how to de-escalate. They don't. They're all fucking they're all, That's how these people act in our streets. Soldiers usually are during war, how they keep them all left up to the fucking gills. We know how they are. I can't. What the fuck are we gonna do about this? This isn't gonna stop. And they're killing people. They're gonna keep killing people. She's going to say it's an act of domestic terrorism against the dead person? So you can put that as one of our, look, see, we found domestic terrorists. Look, got one there. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey blasted that characterization and the federal deployment of more than 2,000 officers as part of we know what it is, the kidnapping and disappearing of brown people in the twin cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. They are not here to cause safety in the city. What they are doing is, this is a quote from the mayor, they are not here to cause safety in the city. What they are doing is not to provide safety in America. What they are doing is causing chaos and distrust, the mayor said, calling on the federal agents to leave the city. He said, quote, they're ripping families apart. They're sowing chaos in our streets, and in this case, quite literally killing people. They are already trying to spin this into an action of self-defense. Having seen that video myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit, said the mayor. At least the 5th person killed. Is that just in shootings? Because we know how many they're killing in their detention centers. The Twin Cities have been on edge since the DHS announced Tuesday that it had launched the operation. This is the beginning of the brown shirt Gestapo going around and picking people because of their color. This is exactly what Bibi Netanyahu is doing in Gaza. We're just starting. Do you get that? We're just fucking beginning. And we have an active democracy and so many millions of people, so they have to do it a bit differently. But this is what they're doing, make no mistake. Criminalizing homelessness, calling the left domestic terrorists. So they can just come in, start sweeping us up in huge raids and disappearing us. They can do what the fuck they want. And Donald Trump, in all of his recent actions, is telling you he can do what the fuck he wants. He's telling everybody that. So who is going to step in and help us? Who? The ICC doesn't have an enforcement arm, but they're looking at him. Oh, best fucking believe that. I hope that pro-democracy groups are starting to form their own militias. That's all I fucking hope.